What's going on, everybody? I am Flores coming at you live with another episode of Boom Bap Recovery, and today we are talking about God, the great outdoors. Today we are going to be talking about my original higher power before I even knew that was a thing. Deep in the trenches of my alcoholism, I would come out into Mother Nature and yearn for a power bigger than myself to help me escape my alcoholism. It helped me then, and it helps me now in my healing journey, and it can help you too. And I'm going to be telling you three reasons why. Three reasons why getting outside into Mother Nature is beneficial to us, whether we're deep in the trenches of our addictions or active in our healing and our journey in sobriety. So here we go. Number one, the physical advantages. Oftentimes, when you're deep in the trenches of your own addiction, your own alcoholism, malnutrition, I know that I was not feeding my body. I was pouring liquor down my mouth, and I was barely eating. I was barely getting any exercise. All I cared about was isolating, going into my room, isolating, drinking about a bottle and a half of vodka every single day, throwing up the food I ate. I would throw it up just so I can continue drinking, getting no outside activity, getting no sort of physical connection with anybody else. I was in dire straits. And getting outside, getting outdoors, getting vitamin D, getting sunlight, getting fresh air, getting your blood pumping, the heart rate up is so beneficial to you, whether you're just walking, hiking, trail running, or like I'm doing today, mountain bike riding. When I was deep into the trenches of my own addiction, getting outside and getting active every once in a while helped me so much. Sweating out the toxins, sweating out the alcohol gave me just a little bit of a respite, right? But sometimes the physical advantages go beyond that. The literal physical distance, right, of getting outside, going into the mountains, going into the forest, going anywhere out in nature, right? The physical distance that I used to give myself. I used to leave my wallet at home, my debit cards at home, so I couldn't buy liquor on the way to or from the trail, the mountain. So I couldn't buy liquor, right? So sometimes when you have that craving and your brain is in that craving loop, right, in that insanity, in that alcoholic torture, you just need a physical break, right? Because your mind wants it, and your brain has you're wired to need it and to want it, to obsess over it, and to continue to obsess over it until you finally get it, starting that cycle over again. So the physical detachment from your alcoholic life, right? Physical distance from being able to purchase it helped me so much, just getting outside, giving myself a break from actively drinking, because I was a round-the-clock drinker. When I would activate that cycle, I was a round-the-clock drinker. So sometimes we just need a physical, right? A physical barrier there. Sometimes getting outside, getting outdoors is the best way to do that. Number two is that being outside, being away from people, connecting to something outside of oneself, outside of one's own ego, being connected to this, hearing the sounds of the river, the wind, the birds, you finally get it. You're part of a bigger ecosystem. When you're stuck in your own little bubble in a city, in a town, wherever you may live, your world gets very small, right? And you're just in your head, and the voices and the obsession, it's all the stresses, the bills, the this, the life, all happens in this microcosm that is your mind, and you're going through the worst of the worst mentally, emotionally, right? It's a roller coaster. When you get outside, you're not thinking about yourself so much, and it becomes a safe place to ponder other things, right? To think bigger, because being out here, right? Hearing the birds chirping, seeing the deer, the river, putting your hands in the river and feeling the energy of the ecosystem, right? Makes you feel a little small, and your problems don't seem as big anymore, right? You seem connected to something outside of your own troubles, right? And it gave me just a safe place for me to be candid with myself, for me to be honest with myself. Okay, Ignacio, like, let's think about those difficult things, those big obvious things that usually you drink away, those thoughts. Let's think about how bad your alcoholism. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue drinking your life away? And I just got a chance. I got permission. Mother Nature gave me the permission to be honest with myself, right? So it's a safe place where you can be candid, where you can participate in the greater, in a greater life other than the alcoholic one that you know. That is completely abnormal, but you think it's normal because it's the only thing you know. Because alcohol gives you temporary relief from that pain, right? But come out here, breathe air, listen to the birds, listen to the river, and be candid with yourself and be at one with yourself and know that you are connected to all of this. You're connected to a life bigger than that alcoholic life. And number 3, Mother Nature gave me the chance to practice the inklings of spirituality. When I was at the deepest recesses of my drinking, I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe that there was some figure up in the sky that was looking over all of us, because all I knew was misery, all I knew was pain, and I couldn't see outside of my own alcoholic bubble, right? Coming out here, participating in the grandness of life and being able to ponder the universe and my own existence gave me the opportunity to practice my first baby prayers, my first inklings of meditation. I would ground myself, right? I would touch these rocks in the ground and just feel like the stress and the static of that anxiety, right, that I had around the clock that I only knew how to solve with more and more liquor, right? I felt it funneled back into the earth, and the earth accepted it and told me, Jack, I got you. Just, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it just gave me the respite to be able to pray, to be able to talk to whatever energy presence that I felt when I was out here, the energy that was looking after me, the eyesight of the trees, the vision of the sky, the whispers of the wind, right? That told me that I was going to be okay here, right? I was able to communicate back and say those first prayers like, I do want to change. I do want to change. How do I do it? And I would leave feeling like therapized, like okay with myself for a bit. And it was the first time I got to meditate. I would get into the water and feel like just my energy so different, and I was able to close my eyes, forget about all my stresses, all my problems, all the stuff going on in my heart and in my mind, and just let it go for a bit and breathe in life, breathe in the air, That was so crucial to my existence and continues to be to this day. Everything that I used to do then is just so much more magnified because the channel physically is cleared from alcohol. The channel mentally is cleared from all those bad negative thoughts and fears and traumas. My heart is clear to love back, to be able to reciprocate the love that Mother Nature gave me early on, the nurturing that it gave me early on, right? I'm able to give it back by participating in my life out there and giving back love, giving back that same vision for people, the same whispers for people of positivity, of construction that Mother Nature gave me. I'm able to give back out there, supporting people, giving them advice, giving them love, giving them a safe place to vent, to be themselves, to meet them where they're at. Mother Nature met me where I was at, and now I get to go out there and meet people where they're at and get to help them in their own journey through recovery. So wherever you are, find your local trail systems, find your local, even if you don't have mountains or something, just get outside, find a park or something, find some trees, find some grass, anything. Look up to the sky and give yourself permission to connect with something bigger than ourselves, right? And if you are secular, if you are religious, use nature. This is God's creation here. Use nature as like a conduit, as something that's just going to multiply your spiritual life with your God, Jesus Christ. Whether you're Jewish or Muslim or Buddhist, use nature as just like a magnifier for it all, you know. And that's it, you know. Those are the three things, man. Physical, you know, distance from liquor, and then the physical benefits of getting outside and getting your health on track, or at least giving yourself a little respite from the active drinking, or continuing your healing and sobriety, making it a part of your program and your routine. Having this be a safe place. Go outside, a judgment-free zone where you can finally ponder, you know, something bigger than yourselves, bigger than your own problems, your own alcoholic life, right? Having a safe place. And then number 3, you can start practicing those first baby steps towards prayer, towards meditation, towards really starting your spiritual life, whether it's in a secular way or just a spiritual way with Mother Nature, and integrate it into your life. Whether you're still drinking, please seek help. Reach out to me, follow us on Boom Bap Recovery, and send me a DM, comment down below. I am here to help. I am an open book. And this is life. One alcoholic talking to another, reaching out to another, spreading love. And this is what we do. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. Send this to a fellow in need. If you're in active addiction, please reach out to us. If you're in your own healing process in sobriety, kudos to you. Comment your sobriety date down below, and we will hope to see you soon on another episode of Boom Bap Recovery.